And my ridiculous fears, as usual, were ridiculous. It did keep me at the shrine nearby. I didn't have to fight my way all the way through it like a whiny little bitch that I am. And we updated the game, and now I can actually be online and call in help because fuck, I need it. I can't figure this guy out. So here we are. We're gonna do it. Hopefully. Stop already. Apply water to it. And he's dead. And he did nothing for me. Great. Fuck your shit. Out of range. Hey. Oh. No. Nope. Can't do it. I don't know. I'm gonna say fuck this spawn me. $40. That's more like it. What the shit was that? Was that butterflies? Alright, let's do it. Haha. That's right. Get him up. Supply water for what little time we have. We're in yokai realms. Start. Leave him. Yep. Good shit. Can't see where any of those are in this game. Nope. That means my health's dead. Great. Nope. That wasn't it. I don't know what to do. The water talismans don't give me shit. The only way you can really hurt him is with the fucking dropping of that water shit. And then you only get 3 hits of that, and it only cuts his not his HP, his key in half. fucking... I don't know. Yeah. You want to own Nioh skill point. Where's the water talisman? I'm prepping that motherfucker. Only prepared 3, even though I have a capacity of 13. Sure. What the hell does this do? Does this actually call a person? Fucking AI. And the AI don't do me shit. Got sacred salt. Two cups in possession. Let's look for a bloody grave and see if I can't put in like 10. I'm gonna fucking take life when I find it. I have no idea what you just did. He only dropped 1 cup. Are you fucking kidding me? I have no more elixirs left. Level 21, cut down by a Yoki. Level 19, cut down by a Yoki. This is the named guy. Yeah, beaten to death by a Gaki. Crushed to death by Narikabe for his hostile behavior. Huh, changes every time. Let's go back. What are you? 19. Dumbass burned to death again. 1. Anything for you, dude? Felt it. Absolutely getting out of here. Sure. That. Alright. How many fucking cups can I offer? Only 2? This will invoke 2 visitors. Location will continue unless you cancel. Oh! I'll fucking take it. You're offering a no choco cup. So now I just gotta stand by and wait until I get a fucking visitor. Actually, until I get 2 visitors. While I wait. That's right, come at me. Get your ass on the ground. Bitch. Team, no. Fucking things regardless, because I can't beat that stupid son of a bitch boss. Yeah, whatever. I don't fucking care at this point. I can't beat it. Level 40 Toto titled motherfucker requires 4 cups to summon him. He better be fucking good. Why the hell? Level 4. Ooh, that was a Kitsune. Excitement. Just fucking lose it. coming. Thank you. Please, for the love of God. Oh, thank you. Oh, we fucking did it! Ah, finally. And we got his soul. Oh my God, we got his soul core. Oh, fucking Christ. After all that, that was totally worth the soul. Like, the soul core is totally worth it. Oh my Christ. Finally! Yes, get me the fuck out of this horrible mission. Oh my God. Bitch, you don't fight with my own weapon. Why do I have a katana? I have never once wielded a katana.
Wait! Wait! Hold it right there!
What the hell? It's a jellyfish?
I said hold it, you two!
Is it supposed to be a
Once we
ninja?
get out of here, okay? Ow! Hey! Let's chat over a nice hot meal, okay?
Yeah, I need to change it back to Japanese. It's too weird hearing it with British accents. Oh, God.
Moral of the story is, you're not enemies.
And why are you traipsing around with the yokai in the first place?
Me? I'm gonna be like the sun, blazing high in the sky.
Sounds like quite the scam.
I mean, I'll be so strong, no one else will stand a chance.
And I just want to slay yokai. Nothing more, nothing less.
Hold on! Look, I can see you have doubts, but maybe this'll...
Out of my way.
Listen, join us. Where that came from.
What is this, pocket change? You insult me. Next time I see that thing, it'll taste my blade.
Hey, wait!
Oh, we finally fucking beat that stupid fucking thing. And all it took was bringing it a level fucking 40. That woman was no samurai, but then who the hell was she? Well, with moves like that, she's someone you'll definitely want on your side, that's for sure. Anyway, at least when we're done with Master Dosun's request... At least we're... Oh, wait, hold on. Anyway, at least we're done with Master Dosun's request. But let's not stop now. We need to find ourselves more spirit stones. But we need to stay sharp. I've got a feeling we're going to run into more trouble along the way. Counting on you, Hades. Oh my God. I have 2 boss level yokai's soul cores, man. What the fuck? Missions added to the dojo. Way of the Warrior Novice. Receive the following titles: Enigma, Soul Core Seeker, Gaki Cutter, Purifier of the Defiled, Purification Master, Water User, Hatchet Initiate, Switchglaive Initiate, Switchglaive Adept, Bowman, Bowman Adept, Outlaw Cutter, Outlaw Hunter, Rogue Cutter Samurai, Key User, Key Manipulator, Key Master, Roughneck, Sharpshooter Samurai, Finishing Novice. Jesus! And now we have 2 new missions. Ooh, we get a gun in the next one. Another mission. Voice in the Twilight. Clay Bell of Beckoning. Summoner's Candle, Bandit Axe. Demon's Horn. Ooh. Following yokai can now visit your hut, Kodama. Kagewani, Masaru, or Kodama. We're gonna keep Wani. Oh boy. Gaki, Yoki, you have to beat 20. Enki, gotta beat 10. Ippon Datara, here we go. Oh, that's crazy. Ippon Datara, one-leg, one-eyed, flying purple people eater. One-legged, one-eyed yokai, most commonly encountered in the vicinity of mines, and is believed to have gained its unsightly form after years of harsh labor as a blacksmith. While it favors wielding weapons like a hammer or horodachi, its powerful leg also makes a deadly weapon. Dwellers, and I was right, it was the zombies. Dwellers are humans turned into yokai by the foul miasma in the depths of a mine. They are objects of loathing and terror for miners, and legends about them circulate wherever a mine with a long history is found. Grotesquely altered forms inspire instinctive revulsion in all who can bear to view them. So they're specifically mine zombies. Skeleton warrior, yokai, take the form of armor. Skeletons warriors are unprepared for the death when it comes, or who take their own lives. Return as these angry spirits roam the battlefield, assault the living. Mujina? It's a squirrel that wears its tail? Mujina are badgers. Okay, badgers. Turned into crafty cunning yokai. Like foxes and tanuki, stories of them disguising themselves as humans to do mischief have circulated since ancient times. They enjoy hiding inside treasure chests and springing out to surprise whoever opens the lid. Okay. So big question is, because they're like tanuki, and if I'm looking at this right, I can't tell if that's actually a tail or not, is that their ball sack like a tanuki? Because tanuki are famous for having enormous fucking ball sacks. Mezuki, Gozuki, and Enra. Yokai composed of smoke and darkness, born from grudges of humans who met their untimely ends in the dark realm. It has no one true form, ever changing, and it drifts through the air. It is said to draw close to its victims by disguising itself amongst the steam and smoke of a bath or hearth in the home. Sudama, a Kodama corrupted by Dark Realm or Twilight, is turned into the unquiet spirit known as an Aratama. Fortunately, the Sudama does not show a predilection for violence, as its original form never bore ill will towards man. Instead, it displays an unusual attachment to all manner of material belongings. If you don't mind relinquishing something of yours, toss it to a Sudama and see what happens. Similar to Scampus are yokai like Obo and Notsugo, which resemble other animals like weasels and dogs. It is said that these yokai were once babies and young children who suffered untimely deaths, and thus rubbed themselves against strangers in search of their mother's warmth. Sad! Oh my god, I just noticed it's got a butthole. I'm 12. Jesus Christ. Character directory, protagonist, Tokichiro, Mumyo. Mumyo is leader of the Sohaya clan of yokai hunters. She rushes to Mount Tatsura in Mino when she hears rumors of strange events taking place there, believing yokai to be responsible. There she meets the protagonist and Tokichiro. She does not look kindly on the protagonist's shifting nature, believing any creature that possesses yokai blood to be her enemy. Saito Dosan. Saito Dosan is former daimyo of Mino Province, modern-day Gifu Prefecture. Ambitious man who managed to seize the position of daimyo by overthrowing his former master. He is known as the Viper of Mino. Though he had a history of clashing with the Oda clan of Owari Province, their relations improved after he married off his daughter, Princess No, to Nobunaga, the Oda heir. This alliance solidified his power in the Mino region. He now lives a quiet life, having appointed his son Yoshitatsu as head of Saito clan. It is said that upon meeting Nobunaga, Dosan acknowledged Nobunaga was a greater man than his own son. Dosan collects spirit stones and often hires those who are not samurai like Tokichiro to do so. Oh, Senji Toyo. Senji Toyo is the granddaughter of legendary swordsmith Senji Muramasa. Woo! Based in Ise Province, present-day Mie Prefecture. Under strict tutelage of her grandfather, she became a swordsmith of considerable skill in her own right. While her grandfather has been away, she's kept the home fires burning, forges blades worthy of the Muramasa name. Tokichiro and the protagonist find her cowering in the wake of a bandit attack and come to her aid. From that point on, she lends them her skills as a blacksmith. And then this is just meeting Tokichiro, Tokichiro's dream, Saito Dosan, Viper of Mino, and Enra appears, and the masked woman. Still no new yokai. Yeah. Storehouse. Man. Hey, we can finally go to the blacksmith. Oh. What is this? Samurai locks and a wooden sword. Oh. Sure, why not? Watching you take down that monstrosity. Wait, whoa. Recommended level 35. I'm maybe level 20.
Welcome. Someday, my blades will be as famous as Muramasa's.
I want to know more. Blah 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 blah. Speak to Toyo. In the mood for a chat. In the mood for a chinwag, is ya? Always happy to talk as long as you promise not to get bored with me talking about weapons. Sound good to you? Well then I hope you learn something new. Let's start with swords. I can hammer out any kind of weapon if I'm asked to, but there's something special about making swords. From way back, swords have been seen as works of art, not just weapons, fine enough to be passed down through clans as heirlooms. And in time, those heirlooms eventually become a symbol of the clan's power. Doesn't stop there. Swords are even considered valuable enough to be presented as offerings to gods at shrines. It's for other reasons that best swordsmiths are highly respected, even by high-ranking officials of imperial court. And that's no mean feat. Craftsmen, other than blacksmiths, are usually looked down on by those at the top. That is not to say that I'm looking to rub shoulders with the elite. Nope, for me, it's all about someday forging a sword even greater than that of the old masters. Sword worthy of being wielded by someone like Shisenin Kosen, master swordsman who carries on the legacy of the great Minamoto no Yoshitsune. Okay. Anything else? Spear's got to be one of the greatest weapons ever conceived. You can keep your opponents at a distance, which is a huge boon for fledgling fighters. As long as you know how to poke it in the right direction, you pose a pretty substantial threat, which is why you often see freshly recruited peasants and farmers wielding them. Long reach comes in handy for high-ranking samurai fighting on horseback as well. Spear technique also seems to have a lot of overlap with other polearms, which makes a good pick for those looking to master a wide range of martial arts. Heard whispers that one of the Tokugawa clan's retainers, Hattori Hanzo, you know, Hanzo the demon, is a spearmaster. Anyway, regardless of whether it is in the hands of a master or novice, spear cannot be beat. Well, that's if you're fighting people, of course. I have no idea how it holds up against yokai. She's just gonna speak on and on about the weapons and shit, right? Axes have been used on the battlefield from days of old, although there aren't many that use them now. Don't blame people that pass on them. For a start, you need to be stronger than an average person to swing. Even though they're great on the offensive, they aren't so great when it comes to defense. But it seems they are quite popular during the Nanbokucho era. It was all about having weapons like axes and odachi that showed off one's strength. There are rumored to be a great rock in the Genpei War battlefield, Ichi no Tani, that Benkei was said to have sharpened his axe on before charging into battle. Benkei was known for his superhuman strength, and even though he used many weapons, I definitely picture him swinging a big axe around. If you go back even further, there's also the famous Kintaro, or Sakata Kintoki, I should say, with so few wielding them, if you were to master the axe and flourish it on the battlefield, I bet you could become stuff of legends. Most samurai only carry two swords so that they can have a spare if they can't use the other, rather than wielding them both at the same time. But when against multiple enemies, they're particularly tricky fight when both swords come out. Martial artists start practicing the skill of fighting with dual swords to prepare for those kinds of situations, and before you knew it, a dual-wielding school of swordsmanship was born. Compared to wielding a single sword with both hands, swinging one with enough force to do real damage with a single hand is pretty difficult. Which means the dual-wielding style probably isn't the best idea when coming up against an enemy in armor. But up against an exposed foe, the dual sword style really shines. As long as a blade connects, they're going to hurt. Guess the main problem with having two swords is the cost of procuring them and the time needed to maintain both. That's kind of a drag. Shogun Ashikaga Yoshiteru is a legendary swordsman. I hear he was a master of wielding two swords, though perhaps it's easier for a shogun with deep pockets. It's got to be said, Kusarigama is definitely one of the unique weapons out there. Originally, they were simple sickles used by farmers and craftsmen in their daily work, but when trouble arose, they attached chains and counterweights to the trusty tool to turn them into weapons. When the country's in turmoil, you never know when some bandit or other is going to strike, right? So having a tool that could double as a weapon is a genius idea. If you remove the chain and counterweight, it's back to being a plain old sickle, which makes it great weapon for ninja who don't want to draw attention to themselves. As word of the weapon began to spread, it caught attention of martial artists interested in using it as a hidden weapon, and many started to study how best to use them. In particular, they were interested in how to counter the weapon, as it's always difficult to read a way a weapon will be used the first time you lay eyes on it. But to really study the weapon, they needed people with a high level of proficiency, so the martial artists took upon themselves to master it. As a result, there are now a bunch of schools of martial arts that make use of the Kusarigama, and even a few devoted solely to the weapon. Martial arts expert Shisenin Kosen is said to be the greatest when it comes to swinging one around, as well as a well-known practitioner of Shugendo, completely devoted to their studies. That really doesn't come as a surprise. Odachi, long great swords, really are as huge as their name implies. They were supposed to have been classed as long swords, but they were given their own category since they dwarfed standard long swords like the Uchigatana. Uchikatana are usually worn around the waist with the blade pointing up, and the length of curvature designed for easy draw and use on foot. Other tachi longswords are worn on the back with the blade facing downwards and are often made longer with a great curvature to make them more effective fighting from high on horseback. The odachi is pretty much an extension of the old standard tachi in terms of properties. Since the odachi is easier to handle from high up than spears and other polearms, it's a firm favorite for horse riding samurai for a while now. Of course, battlefield tactics have changed since the old days, and the likelihood of having come down and fight on foot is far greater, which really is not a good spot for the odachi. That makes me think the odachi may have had its day. But a master swordsman like Shisenin Koten wouldn't have a problem wielding one in any situations. Devoted martial artists really are a cut above the rest. I want to hear you talk about the fucking switchglaive. Tonfa come from Ryukyu Kingdom in the south. The word comes from their dialect, apparently. They're usually wooden or metal sticks with handles and used in pairs. You hold them so that their length runs from your hands to the elbow. Moving with them's not so different from fighting barehanded, so blocking incoming attacks with them really feels natural. I've heard to pretty much become an extension of the body in the hands of a martial arts master. Intuitive feel of them makes them feel easy to handle, I bet. Oh god, you are putting me to sleep, woman. On the offensive, you can strike from the standard stance, turn the handle slightly for sweeping hook attacks, or even turn it enough to thrust the long end at the enemy. Almost endless potential. And it's still a fairly unknown weapon in these lands, as an opponent is going to have a hard time guessing what's coming next, which has got to be a huge advantage on the battlefield. Various ninja clans are interested in the strengths of the weapon, and it seems some are devoted to mastering them. Those guys don't mess around when it comes to training, that's for sure. I bet there's already a heap of tonfa combat styles out there that I don't have a clue about. Hatchets are small enough to be swung effectively by one hand. Pretty common to see them being wielded in pairs. They've also been designed with balance in mind, which makes them suitable for throwing, which means they're an effective weapon with a bit of distance between you and the enemy. Can't think of any renowned hatchet-wielding warriors from our land, but there seems to be a Chinese legend that tells of a man that specialized with dual-axe combat. Wouldn't be surprised if Kentaro himself used hatchets as well as his cherished axe too. Hatchets definitely have their uses. They're probably better known as something the mountain aesthetics? Aesthetics carry with them than a weapon of choice for a warrior, though. An axe is an absolutely indispensable tool for them when they scale mountains as part of their training, and no doubt they also come in handy when fighting any foul yokai or bandits that might come on their way. Why a bandit would even think of attacking a monk is beyond me, but hopefully they end up getting what they deserve. Switchglaive is a unique weapon used by a group of yokai hunters known as Sohaya. Oh, okay. There's a really clever mechanism in the shaft that allows you to extend or fold the blade to turn the weapon into 3 different forms. The blade pointing out straight from the shaft, the weapon could be used like a standard glaive, which is probably the easiest form to handle. With the blade perpendicular to the shaft, it becomes a large scythe. Piercing with the pointed end is particularly lethal, but the curved edge of the blade can deliver nasty cuts. And if you fold the blade down alongside the shaft, you can maneuver it easily for quick attacks. Some people call that form the Great Cutter. Guillotine. You'd think with all those forms that it would be the perfect weapon, but of course it's a really tough one to master. With such complex mechanisms inside, they're prone to breaking quickly, although some kind of magic inscription is used to reinforce them. Patterns are carved into certain points of the blade during the forging process, but I confess I have no clue how it works. If you want to know more about the switchglaive, you probably need to ask someone from the Sohaya, but they tend to distance themselves from outsiders, so we're probably out of luck. I can hammer out any weapon. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Exhausted dialogue. Soul match. Oh shit. Tokage Maru. Weapon imbued with corruption, allowing it to deal additional ki to build up corruption effect on those it is used against. Enemies that are inflicted with corrupted status receive increased ki enhancement damage, of which a portion is absorbed by the attacker. When you inflict damage on an enemy with a yokai weapon, the sentience gauge builds up. When it fills up completely, your weapon will enter an awakened state, during which the weapon's power will be enhanced. Ooh! But it's a katana. Sad. Where is my switchglaive? Wait. Why? Oh, I am the dumbness. It would actually lower its... Oh wait, no, I see what it's doing, okay. Oh, it'd only go to... It'd only go to 85, that's... okay. Interesting. Refashion the look of your equipment. Ooh! Oh, I see what it is. Okay. Cannot unlock. Disassemble a piece of equipment to create its basic materials. Improve the special effects.
Ah, don't mind him. He's harmless. He helps me out around the forge.
Huh. Buy and sell. Forge. Create new equipment from materials. You handed over the smithing texts. Ooh. I can make the demon horde stuff now. That's awesome. Iron Hunters Vermilion Demon Horde. That's kind of cool. Tools. Dion Jin Sake. Oh, look at him. When used, a Scampus yokai will appear and follow you. Since the Jomon period, and was originally used to attract attention and ward off demons. Bell's beckoning cat-like form is intended to bring good fortune. Oh. Not sell yet. I want to see what you've got on you. Signpost amulet. Place a signpost at your current location, which is also displayed on your compass. Amulet is imbued with the power of Jizo Bosatsu, who protects children from an early death and is designed to keep people on the right track. Weird, but okay. I see Book of Reincarnation. Oh, this is how I reset my stuff. Lets you reassign Amrita and skill points. However, using it resets level and skills. Cannot be used during a mission. Neat. Got anything good? well, shit, before we do any of this.
Oh, that's a fine dagger you've got there. Could I take a closer look?
You're just the same shit as before.
Come by again.
Bye-bye. Okay. Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. I think we go to the hut. Manage equipment. Apparently I can't manage equipment. Don't know what the point of that is then. Can I do shit from here? Yes I can. Unlock the following status menu titles. Completed the requirements for a title. View titles obtained. Go to the titles window. Reputation level has increased and you have received prestige points. You can view prestige points in the titles menu. Well, hot diggity damn-da-dill. Ooh, shifting points. By 24%. Ooh, that's tempting. I'm doing it. Fuck it. Temptation's too good. Titles. View gameplay record, acquired titles, and conditions for unlocking new titles. You can select prestige bonuses earned from collecting titles here. Gain prestige bonuses by spending prestige points. After selecting one bonus, its entry on the list will be replaced and you can choose another. Agio prestige points. 1%, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Sure you want to spend the prestige points to obtain the selected bonus. After you obtain it, another bonus will take its place on the list. Sure. I'll take that soul core drop rate. It's between these two. That for now. Yokai ability damage. Anima plus 0.1. Cool. Oh shit. You're not bringing anything that I don't want. They straight up didn't bring anything that I didn't want in that spot. And Agyo. So we have Ungyo and Agyo. Not entirely sure I care about that. And Switchglaive has nothing better. Still only have longbow. Nope. 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 Ooh, hello. Still has auto life recovery. Yeah, fuck it. And we didn't get anything new there. It won't let me change this from here, huh? Okay. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Send visitors back once you're done with them. If you have more than one visitor, you can select which one you send back. Salt has one believed to ward off evil spirits when he's said to gain additional protective properties and can exorcise evil spirits and banish demons from the human world. But you're not banishing a demon. Well, technically, because you're yokai blooded. Whatever. Before I forget, I'm gonna fucking save. How long has this even been running? An hour almost? Fuck it. I'm gonna call it here. I need an actual break from this. I'm glad we finally did the damn thing. We beat it. I did it on camera. I needed a level 40 to fucking help me, but I fucking did it. So... Ugh. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying my rage. I'm actually kind of having fun playing this shit. Now, if only the damn buttons would work the way I wanted them to, and you're gonna hear that a lot. Bye.